Hello, I'm Haley Hennihan from Littlesleepersanddreamers.com, and I am your pediatric sleep consultant. This is the 5th and final video in my 5-part video series all about my top 5 sleep training tips. In this video, we talk about being consistent. This video will go over how and why it is important to be consistent, as well as tips that will help sleep training go smoother so that it will be easier for you to stay consistent. Sleep training tip number 5, be consistent. You may be in the thick of it, or maybe you're just starting out. Maybe you realize this is the time for me and my child to start sleep training. But where do I begin? There are so many methods out there, and finding the right one for your child could be difficult. Well, sleep consultants are actually trained to look at your child's temperament, as well as your parental philosophies, to make sure that you are given a plan that is perfect for your family. Now, before we get into being consistent with a sleep training technique, let's talk about the foundations. So first, you want to start by being consistent with bedtime. You want to make sure that your child is doing a routine that they are familiar with, and this can start as early as day 1. You also want to know your child's wake windows. If your child is overtired or undertired, sleep training them is going to be even more difficult. Check out this video here of my number 4 sleep training tip, wake windows, which will give you all the information you need. And you can also grab my free sleep training schedule that is perfect for your child's age right in the description box below. The last tip is that when you are sleep training, you really want to make sure you are being consistent with their sleep space. They should be going down for bed and nap in the same place every time. It might be a little difficult to stay home every night and not do any plans, but it'll only be for about 2 to 3 weeks until your child is sleep trained. Then you will be able to enjoy a night out with a babysitter at home with your kids, knowing your child will go to sleep at bedtime. So let's talk about why it's important to be consistent. So let's think of a toddler wanting to touch a lamp. I bring that up because my son is at the age where he always wants to touch our lamp on the end table. My husband and I are working at trying to get our son not to touch the lamp so it doesn't fall and break. To do that, we need to be consistent. Every single time he goes to touch that lamp, we need to tell him no. If we tell him for the first 2 days, no, don't touch that, no, don't touch that, and then the 3rd or 4th day, we get lazy or we get frustrated and we are just tired of telling him no and we stop telling him, he's going to get confused. Why was it not okay to touch the lamp a few days ago, but now it's okay? You need to stay consistent so it doesn't cause confusion for your child. These plans take time. You will not see the results right away. It is because your child is learning a new skill. They are figuring out how to soothe themselves, how to fall asleep on their own without any assistance, and it takes a while to learn. Think of a child learning to tie their shoes. Now, if your child is struggling and finally you go, you know what? I'm going to just jump in and help, and you tie their shoe for them. Are they learning? Well, no, they still don't know how to tie their shoe because they haven't had the practice. The reason we have 2 to 3 weeks for a plan is because your child needs this time to practice the skill that they are learning. It is so hard to hear your child cry. I completely understand that. As a mom of a 15-month-old, I get it. I really do. When my son cries, I tell my husband how it hurts my heart. It is difficult for parents to sit and listen. But if your sleep plan is telling you to wait for a certain amount of time or listen for a certain type of cry, you really have to be consistent, because if you don't follow the plan and you go in too early, it is telling your child, all I have to do is this, and then I will get mom and dad. So you really want to have a clear message of what you are trying to tell your child as they learn this new skill. So let's go over some extra tips to help sleep training go a little smoother. The first tip is to get outside. You want to get outside, if possible, in the morning when the sun is coming up, to help signal to their bodies that it is time to start their day, and also in the evening when the sun is starting to set. Having that sunset signals to their brain that it is going to be time to start making melatonin so that they can get sleepy and go to sleep at bedtime. Another tip is to get them to eat more during the day. Filling up their bellies during the day will help them sleep better at night. And the last one is not to respond to every peep. Follow your plan. Whatever your plan tells you to do is what you should do. Remember, you are helping your child learn this new skill. This is not something that you will see results at night 1, and you might not even see any results by night 2. Night 3 is typically when you should start seeing a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. You will see a little bit of a reward that, okay, this is probably working. If you get to a full week of consistently following a sleep training plan and you are not seeing any results, you are not seeing it get easier for your child in any way, then it is most likely not the right plan for your child. You will need to contact a sleep consultant to help you find the right plan or a different plan for your child. Again, you might be thinking, oh no, what if this plan isn't right for my child? I really want you to stick with it a full week. Remember, this is a new skill your child is learning. Some children might catch on to it very quickly, while others it just might take a little bit more time. So give it the time before deciding that this is not working. As you sleep train, I want you to be aware that there may be a regression or two. Typically around day 5, you might see a regression where before your child was getting better, crying less, going to sleep sooner, and then all of a sudden they are not having it. I encourage you to stick with it. This is completely normal. Help them to get over it and continue with your plan. You will soon see that the regression will go away and they'll go back to those results that you were seeing. Sleep training is so hard, and I am so proud of you for taking this journey, helping your child learn this skill. Both you and your child will definitely reap the benefits from this, especially your child that will be getting this consistent, restful sleep every night. I hope this video was very helpful and encouraging to you as you sleep train your child. I hope that it gives you the motivation you need to stay consistent as you follow your plan and method. If you don't have a plan, please email me at littlesleepersanddreamers.com and we can get you set up with a plan that is perfect for your child. As you sleep train, I want you to remember that results happen over time, not overnight. Work hard, be consistent, and be patient. You got this. I'm cheering you on. Until next time, sweet dreams.